Okay, ready?
Yeah. I'm a bit close.
Here we are at the Gosford Glyphs. You gotta watch out. There's a bird, and there's a stick, and there's a rock. Be careful here at Gosford Glyphs. You get in trouble here real fast. Here's my stick. I take my stick wherever I go at the Gosford Glyphs. Alright, here we are at Gosford Glyphs on tour. Peter Maxwell Slattery.
And
Seal.
she's hiding out over there. Like she
There's your one, boys.
She does.
Mine has been. Ben went back for sunscreen.
There's a snake behind me.
But that's alright.
So good, Seal. I'm just seeing if you're on good.
Yeah, watch out for snakes, big birds. No way. I'm your guide for Gosford Glyphs. We're walking down the glyph right now.
I'm really intrigued by that voice.
You gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for snakes.
The Gosford guy told
Big
us to
old
watch
birds.
the rocks, she nearly tripped over a rock.
And rocks. Rocks will get you.
They got her.
There's some nice big trees up ahead.
She didn't break an ankle yet.
Might be a koala. Might be a cobra. You don't know. Here's the rocks. You can trip on these rocks. They're very beautiful, but they're also very deadly. Peter Slattery. Peter Slattery tells us about Gosford Glyphs.
So we're going to the Pleiadian glyphs and Egyptian glyphs here at Gosford, and just going in there we need to make sure that men and women stick together because there is sacred areas. This is a sacred land spot, so women have to be with a man in men's areas and vice versa going the other way around. So we'll go and check it out, mate.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, Peter. Tell them about the lizards.
So we've got to wait for these blue tongue lizards to come out before we go into the Goths area, the actual glyphs. So it's also we've got to hug the grandmother tree before we go in, and we've got to do a Aboriginal ceremony quickly. And as long as we do all that and ask for permission properly, it all should be good, mate.
Alright, here we are with the katydids. They just became silent as we walked into the glyphs. But wait, they're back again. Nature's little alarm. Gotta wait up, girls. There's singed koalas, snakes, bears, lions, tigers. You need a guide. Peter Slattery, going up to the grandmother tree. You need a trained guide to find this tree. It's a big ass tree.
So usually when we come into these areas, or always, we usually find a big rock or a big tree and we put our hand on it and telepathically communicate with it just to let it know our intention. But we're going to repeat this again in a minute with your grandmother tree. So if you can, just put your hand on it, you know, let them know why you're here, the spirits in the land and the energies and the animals and all that. And then we'll move forward.
Grandmother tree.
So that's the next thing that we've got to do now is individually, we've all got to walk up to the tree.
Gateway to Gosford Glyphs.
And then we can,
The roots are big.
you want to have a go, Jordan?
Do this.
And you too, Seal, in a sec.
Good. We'll go still on the tree. As you look up here, this is the shortcut, and you don't want to take the shortcut. People have died taking the shortcut. Do your practice. Amazing rocks.
Sure, bud. I'm a lead farmer.
Shove these webs.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, the energy's off the scale. Oh my God. This is the female side of it. Here's the katydids leading us to the trail, and then they quiet. This is the way. Actually, I need to tell you about these portals. When you go there, you get close to the glyphs. Before you get in the entrance, you got the blue-tongued lizards. They need to be there. You got portals. You got openings. They mess up with your cameras, your phones, everything. Just be prepared. Here's the entrance going in to the Palladian Egyptian glyphs. Huh?
There's some loose
Here we are.
there.
No, good. Here we are coming in to the Palladian glyphs.
Oh
with
crap, what
Peter
is that?
Maxwell.
Actually, I was working at the tea house.
And then the stars shake around, like I'll show you that.
Really wet.
Okay,
So here's some of the, now,
Where's Thoth?
No, it's the Anubis way down the back.
It's way down here.
The right hand side on the Egyptian wall. And this used to be the roof. It's collapsed. The whole structure is collapsed. This used to be the roof, right? That was the roof down there.
Yeah, I see a bell. Come on.
There's a doorway there.
Where's the sun?
Here's Anubis. Okay.
Look at that.
Huh?
Down here.
Yeah. Here we have Anubis and a bunch of glyphs that were carved in later.
so many of these.
And you can tell these are fake. There's no lichen in them.
So if you want to do video, sort of, I can stand.
There's all these fake, and unfortunately somebody came and carved over the ancient carvings just to try to
More on this side.
distract people from the truth. But again, here's the Anubis, and the Anubis is fake.
The Denisovian and created the Aboriginal, and so it's got the story of the inception of this cycle of humanity here at this time.
Peter, is this one a penis?
It could be, mate.
Are you looking at yourself?
Oh, Jordan,
Stuff here.
there's the
Because this is
drivers, ancient aliens.
Am I not supposed
What
to
up here? Pyramids. Here's
I don't think it's a
bird.
big deal. Okay. Look up here. Did you see up here the Egyptian? Yeah, I did. That looks like
Look at all this.
And then this
It's
thing
amazing.
was, did you see this? It's like a, and this right
Looks
here
like the
looks,
Sphinx.
looks like a UFO. Yeah.
And then man, I don't know what this is. Like a spearhead. Looks like another little ship, carving of a ship or something. These are the real old ones right up here. These are very, very old. Turn that around for me. Go down. Got John Bavanco here.
You can get out, but what I'm saying is we want to come and walk the wall and do some videos. Of the
Here's
wall.
a bizarre little eyeball carved in. Okay, here's more Egyptian hieroglyphs.
It's very clear this is old. I mean, this stuff
Yeah.
is really old here on this side.
Do you want to come up
Oh,
and
yeah.
give over? Because we're going to come back down in a second.
Very
There's not much
old.
to see, but this is just the entrance to the
A little
tomb.
newer. A little newer.
And here we got the feline being. No, it actually looks like an owl. More like an owl. Here's more hieroglyphs. These have all been deciphered by Egyptologists. And they tell the story of two brothers, two pharaohs that came back to Australia.
We're going back down. We can if you want, but do you want to cover the walls first? We should be fine.
Oh man.
Wait, this is more like the wind.
Here we are outside the rock, Alligator Rock, outside the mouth. I need to tell you about these glyphs. This is serious business. This goes against everything you've been told. It's a history, the whole history written in stone of humanity. And you know, a lot of people want to say, you know, we came from Israel, Iraq, you know, everything originated there. You know, actually, Abraham, father of all humanity, came from Iraq. I don't know why we bombed that place, but we need to think about that. Another whole story. But anyway, the history goes so far back. Now they're trying to say we came from Turkey down to the Holy Lands. Who knows, whatever. But basically, this goes millions of years back. And now they're finding all the fossils to prove what we're saying here. But the Gosford Glyphs need to be taken seriously because the story talks about the first beings, the Anunnaki, whatever you want to call them, those who came from heaven to earth. They came, they found a man, a Denisovian man, and they added their genetics to this Denisovian man. And a lot of this stuff had happened pre-Diluvian. This is very, very old, before the floods and everything else. And there's all this genetic engineering and manipulation that happened. And then we had several cataclysms where people had to start over as primitives. And it's really important to realize this because history is not what we've been told. And these beings that came here, phenomenal beings, very powerful beings, and they had their turf wars. They got into skirmishes and wars. They had nuclear weapons. The Gobi Desert, there's a big sheet of glass there where the big nuclear weapons went off and messed up the whole program. So they've had to start over due to primitives because the cataclysms, great wars, space wars, whatever you want to call it, it was big, much bigger than you think. And then the Egyptians fell. They lost the knowledge. The two pharaohs came back to Gosford Glyphs to get the knowledge. Met with the elders, and the elders said, you can look at these crystalline stones that have the knowledge, but you can't take it with you. They tried to take it with them. One was bitten by a snake. He died right there on the spot. Another one shipwrecked and was taken out by a storm. So these two pharaohs died there, and the story's all about that. Talks all about that. And then so they returned. The Egyptian pharaohs returned to get the knowledge because they fell. They lost the knowledge. So the story begins with very, very ancient history of Star Nation history, of immense godlike beings coming down, colonizing the earth, doing a lot of genetic manipulation, getting into turf wars, and then cataclysms, pole shifts, and then you had the second coming was the Palladians came and created and terraformed the earth for their colonies, and they started Atlantis and Lemuria. And they got into their turf wars, and they had a big battle, and that caused the changes, and we had another pole shift after that. So we're, a lot of the Hopi elders and other Native American elders, they say we're at least the fourth or fifth generation of civilizations that have come and gone here. So your history goes way, way back. And we need to look at this and take it seriously because all of this is recorded on Gosford Glyphs, and that's why the Gosford Glyphs are so important. There are some people that went there later and they carved some things in there to try to make them fake, and it always happens. You know, you have to dismiss this because it goes against the standard story. But this is the real story. The real story is we've been here a long, long time, a lot longer than anybody can believe, and the real story needs to get out. So we need to take this seriously. Craggy. Spider's back.
Holding on at the moment. You can tell it's holding on. Look at that. All its legs and that are just like in one stance position.
Look at the size of that thing.
I've never seen a spider that big in my life.
Me either. That's like jungle, man. That's rainforest spider.
That's Spider-Man.
It's like Arachnid Park.
I hate spiders.
Ugh.
I hate them so much.
Oh my
There we go.
God.
look at that thing.
Like the one that bit me in the neck. Let me get in there with this camera.
Crazy.
Like,
Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. You gotta watch out for those spiders. They're everywhere, and they hold a grudge. They follow you home. So be careful. Watch out for the spiders.